anybody tell me why I'm wearing a paper bag? Do you have any clue? What's some reasons I could be wearing a paper bag? Well, the reason is today we are reading The Paper Bag Princess by Robert Munsch. This book was one of my favorite books growing up as a kid. My mom used to read it to me over and over again. Does anybody here have books that their parents read to them over and over again? I'm sure we all do. Now, The Paper Bag Princess. What do we think this is going to be about? A princess that wears a paper bag. Does she not like clothes? Does she not like her gowns that we normally read about in our princess books? Let's see. Paper Bag Princess. To Elizabeth. Elizabeth was a beautiful princess. She lived in a castle and had expensive princess clothes. She was going to marry a prince named Ronald. She doesn't look like she's wearing a paper bag to me. Unfortunately, a dragon smashed her castle, burned all of her clothes with his fiery breath, and carried off Princess Ronald. Elizabeth decided to chase the dragon and get Ronald back. She looked everywhere for something to wear, but the only thing she could find that was not burnt was a paper bag. So she put on that paper bag and followed the dragon. He was easy to follow because he left a trail of burnt forest and horse's bones. What do you think Elizabeth's going to do when she finds the dragon? Would you go after a dragon that just burned your town down and took everything? She must be very brave. Finally, Elizabeth came to a cave with a large door that had a huge knocker on it. She took hold of the knocker and banged on the door. The dragon stuck his nose out of the door and said, "Well, a princess. I love to eat princesses, but I've already eaten a whole castle today. I'm very busy, dragon. Come back tomorrow." He slammed the door so fast that Elizabeth got her nose caught. Elizabeth grabbed the knocker and banged on the door again. The dragon stuck his nose out of the door and said, "Go away. I love to eat princesses, but I've already eaten a whole castle today. I'm a very busy dragon. Come back tomorrow." "Wait," shouted Elizabeth. "Is it true that you're the smartest and fiercest dragon in the whole world?" "Yes," said the dragon. "Is it true," said Elizabeth, "that you can burn up 10 forests with your fiery breath?" "Oh yes," said the dragon, and he took a huge deep breath and breathed out so much fire that he burnt up 50 forests. "Fantastic," said Elizabeth, and the dragon took another huge breath and breathed out so much fire that he burnt up 100 forests. "Magnificent," said Elizabeth, and the dragon took another huge breath, but this time nothing came out. The dragon didn't have enough fire left to cook a meatball. Elizabeth said, "Dragon, is it true that you can fly around the world in just 10 seconds?" "Why, yes," said the dragon, and jumped up and flew all the way around the world in just 10 seconds. He said he was very tired when he got back, but Elizabeth shouted, "Fantastic! Do it again!" Now, why do you think Elizabeth keeps saying such wonderful things about this dragon? This is the same dragon who just took away Prince Ronald and burned down a forest and ate her castle. Why do you think she keeps saying such nice things to him? So the dragon jumped up and flew around the whole world in just 20 seconds. When he got back, he was so tired, he was too tired to talk, and he lay down and went straight to sleep. Elizabeth whispered very softly, "Hey, dragon." The dragon didn't move at all. She lifted up the dragon's ear and put her head right inside. She shouted as loud as she could, "Hey, dragon!" The dragon was so tired, he didn't even move. Elizabeth walked right over to the dragon and opened the door to the cave. There was Princess Ronald. Prince Ronald, he looked at her and said, "Elizabeth, you are a mess. You smell like ashes, your hair is all tangled, and you are wearing a dirty old paper bag. Come back when you're dressed like a real princess." That wasn't very nice to say, was it? "Ronald," said Elizabeth, "your clothes are really pretty, and your hair is very neat. You look like a real prince, but you're a bum." They didn't get married after all. Now, why do you think Elizabeth and Ronald didn't end up getting married? Did he say something to her that was just not the nicest thing to say? She did risk everything to come find him. We all have favorite books. Is this going to make our list of our favorite books in the class?